Okay. I think I have this. Okay, so here's the thing. Episode number 5 of I'm all over the place. I'm like a foot away, like 2-3 feet away from the microphone. Episode number 5 of WandaVision. It introduced Evan Peters' Quicksilver at the end of the episode, and all of our minds were blown. And we were like, how in the world does Quicksilver from the Fox universe appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Does she just yank him in from a different dimension? Is it somebody messing with her? Something along those lines? Okay, let's wind the clock back a little bit. I have largely been against the idea that Mephisto is the person pulling all the strings, but I think you guys are right, and I think he is. But the difference here is I don't think it's just Mephisto. I think in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Mephisto and Nightmare are one and the same person. Now, here's a little bit of history here when it comes to these characters, right? Because you guys need to understand this or understand this video, right? So, wind the clock back in Marvel Comics. Mephisto and Nightmare are what we call Hell Lords. They rule their own dimensions. Technically, Nightmare is the ruler of the dream dimension, and Mephisto is the ruler of just one of the many iterations of hell that exist. Originally, all you had was just the dark dimension, the place where Dormammu dwells and where he kind of conquers and rules everything. Somewhere along the line, there was some kind of a major conflict, and the dark dimension was split into what we call the splinter dimensions. And then humanity, because we were just dreaming up horrible, terrible, freaky things, or because we were imagining some place of just torment and suffering, we effectively imagined Mephisto as the ruler of hell, i.e. Satan, and Nightmare into existence, right? That's just basically how it's always been. And they've existed ever since. Now, there are only a couple of people who rule these different little splinter realms, right? These little splinter dimensions. But they are at all times waging war against each other, trying to amass an army, and then trying to conquer the other splinter realms, and then eventually expand their influence out into the rest of the multiverse and then conquer everything. Now, the whole idea behind this is, let's say that Mephisto and Nightmare are one and the same in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There are two concepts in Marvel Comics that have been combined into one in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, let's say that Evan Peters' Quicksilver is in the MCU right now, but that's not actually what's going on. That Mephisto, Nightmare, whatever it is, we can call him, Nightfisto, whatever you want to call him, that he's basically messing with Wanda's mind. That when Wanda looks at Quicksilver, she sees Aaron Taylor Johnson, but we as the audience see Evan Peters. We see him as he really is. Now, the question is, why? Why would Mephisto and Nightmare, or the Nightfisto, why would he go through all of this? Why would he go through all of that just to target Wanda Maximoff? What's her significance? Why is she important in all of this? It's the White Phoenix of the Crown effect, right? Okay, so sidestep WandaVision for a second, go back to 1981. In Marvel Comics Bizarre Adventures, issue number 27, written by Chris Claremont. This was a story that gave us the original origin of Jean Grey, right? It was an old black and white comic, looked like it was hand-drawn by some kid in high school, but it was really, really cool. The idea in this origin story was, it was designed to answer the question why Jean Grey became the Phoenix in the first place, right? The Phoenix Force being this omniversal force of energy that represents all life that currently does, has ever, and will ever exist in the whole multiverse. And the question was, why did Jean Grey become a host for the Phoenix? This story answers that question in saying that when Jean Grey was a little girl, that her friend Annie died. And that when her friend Annie died, she let out this kind of psychic SOS. And two people picked up on it. The first one to pick up on it was Charles Xavier, who realized, holy cow, this girl's powerful. I should bring her into the Xavier Institute and she can join my X-Men, right? The second person to pick up on it was the Phoenix. And the Phoenix was just like, damn, what in the hell was that? Right? And so like it ends up analyzing Jean Grey and then realizes Jean Grey is in fact the perfect host for the Phoenix Force, that she can achieve the level of the White Phoenix of the Crown, which is basically what happens when you're a perfect host and you can use 100% of the Phoenix's power. You effectively become God. Now, I think that's what's going on here. Somewhere along the line, Mephisto/Nightmare became aware of Wanda's existence and realized she's the perfect host, right? She's the perfect person for them to achieve their goals, because we keep looking at the idea of Mephisto and Nightmare or Nightfisto, whatever. We keep looking at them as like a new concept, somebody that just popped up. What if they didn't? What if they've been there this entire time and just been locked away or just like held prisoner, kind of confined in what is more or less like a multiversal cosmic jail or something like that? And by whatever manner and whatever means, they were freed or they managed to get out or something along those lines, right? When Stephen Strange was blinked out of existence, that all the different charms and enchantments that were designed to keep them locked in place disappeared as well. So they were basically free to kind of get out and do their own thing. And as they're going through and as Nightmare/Mephisto is doing his thing or whatever it is, he becomes aware of Wanda. Right now, let's say that this happens. Now in Marvel Comics, if you go and you read Captain America Volume 3 in the 1990s, there's a story that I think takes place between issues 8 and 12 where Captain America is possessed by Nightmare. And the idea is that Nightmare wants to essentially bring the whole world into like a walking sleep, right? To more or less conquer the world world in his own weird way. And so what if that's what's going on here? What if Nightmare slash Mephisto, Mephisto slash Nightmare, whatever, what if in the aftermath of like Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, when Wanda's brought back into existence, what if what happened there is he appeared to her in a dream? She didn't really make a deal with the devil or anything like that, but he appeared to her in a dream and set her on the path of realizing that she can create her own reality, coming to a full understanding of what her powers are really capable of, right? Subconsciously messing with her mind and just being like, you can create your own universe, right? It's like she dreams it. She dreamed everything that's going on in WandaVision right now. And when she wakes up, she's like, let's do this, right? And then just like goes forward and does all that stuff. It's because of his actions messing with her mind that she realizes everything that's going on, that she can do all this crazy stuff. And so that's what's happening. The question is, why is that the case? Because if Wanda is a perfect host for Nightmare or Mephisto to enter into her or to use her for their own ends to kind of, cause all kinds of chaos and madness throughout the multiverse, what better way to do that than to mess with her mind in a dream to basically help her realize what she's capable of so she can achieve the life she's always wanted and then take it away? Or she has to destroy it herself. That at the end of WandaVision, she has to basically destroy this reality she created for herself. She loses it all, right? Vision's gone. Her brother, basically, she has to watch him go back and die again. It's all done for the purpose of breaking Wanda, that she's already on a knife's edge, right? I mean, you watch the show and you realize she's one bad day away from just wiping out all existence, right? So like, she's already on a knife's edge. She's already, one half step into crazy. If they can just push her over the edge a little bit more, then that's when Wanda snaps. And that's when all measure of self-control totally goes out the window. She's at her weakest and her most vulnerable. And that's when they strike. That's when they seize control of Wanda, and Wanda becomes, the host for them, or she gets manipulated by them, or whatever the case is. Whatever the end goal is that Mephisto slash Nightmare is trying to accomplish, they need to break Wanda this one last time in order to make that happen. And that's the whole idea behind WandaVision. That we look at it from this perspective of it's her coming to terms with the loss of her brother and the loss of Vision and all that kind of good stuff. And it's like her going through the 5 stages of grief. That's not what's going on at all, right? That's not what's happening at all. It's breaking her. And that's why you see these small things happening along the way of the show where she can't control certain things, right? Because the more that she realizes she can't control her reality, the more frustrated and the more angry she gets. And you see that. She couldn't get her kids to stop crying. You had that stork that showed up that she couldn't make go away. It's just these small little things that take place. Now, what Agnes has to do with all this, I don't know. And if I'm being honest, I don't think Agnes has anything to do with any of it, right? Maybe she had some kind of encounter with Nightmare and Mephisto, or maybe they said like, go get Wanda, bring her to us, bring her to me, and then like, whatever it is, because they had a pact. I don't know how Agnes fits into this, but I think that's what's going on. As far as Evan Peters and Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think that might be the huge reveal in episode number 6, that Wanda looks at Quicksilver and she sees Aaron Taylor Johnson, but we as the audience see him as he really looks, which is Evan Peters. It's all just going towards breaking her so she can be possessed and then used for whatever it is they want to do. If she really is that powerful, if she really is creating something out of nothing, she's violating the laws of physics, she's a walking, talking infinity gauntlet. If that's what it is, then yeah, it makes perfect sense. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I'm really excited to hear your ideas on this. Punch holes in this theory. Punch all kinds of holes in this. And yeah, we're going to bring this to an end, guys. Make sure you guys check out our playlist for the WandaVision theories and Easter eggs and so on and so forth. And I will catch you all later. Peace.